Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So we're going to shop my stash, but it's going to be different. I don't really have much time next week. I'm going to be in hospital on Wednesday. So I'm going to be in hospital on Wednesday, and then I'm probably going to take a break from YouTube for 4 weeks, just depending on how well I feel. The doctors have already pre-warned me that I'd need at least a 4-week recovery time. It may even be longer, so just expect none of these shop my stashes till then. But I thought we'd do one last one together, even though I'm only going to be able to wear makeup for 2 days. So that's that. Probably the longest intro ever. Let's go down a bit. Right, shall we look at this drawer first? Right, okay. So I've just finished, literally just finished using this palette. It's absolutely stunning, guys. And I said in the video that I did, it's just such a shame that Revolution haven't brought it out like by itself, because I got this in a hamper with another palette and a few other things. So it's the I Heart Revolution Pumpkin Pie. The formula, guys, like, you'll be able to see it now. Some of them are flaky, especially like this one here, this white sugar shade, but that's because I've been using it a lot. So I feel like the more you use it, the more flaky they get. It doesn't look flaky on the eyes. It just looks absolutely beautiful. There's a few shades in here that I haven't used, but I need to put it back and I need to pull something else. Then we have this Pat McGrath Labs face palette. So this one is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush and Glow Trio in the shade Galactic Sun. Now, to be honest, like, none of those blushes to me are glowy. None of those blushes are glowy. And I like a good glowy blush. This is what's stopping me getting the new one. Then I need to swatch them again. Right, so that's both the blushes. None of them look glowy to me, but that's fine. The highlighter I absolutely love. It's absolutely stunning. I want to keep it in because I still don't know what my thoughts are on it. I probably won't be using this again until I've recovered, but yeah, we'll keep it in for now. There's definitely enough room. I want to pull a different blush palette, so that'll be getting used once I've recovered, like I've just said. This one is going to be staying in as well. This is just my self-made Seahorse Adept eyeshadow palette. I've done a video on this recently. I'll leave it either in the description or in the info cards for you to go and check out if you've not already done so. And I swatch all the shades as well, so it's worth going to watch. So far it's just, from that top drawer, so far it's just that one that's going back, and that one needs to go into my palettes to be talked about and ranked. I think this is nearly done with. This is my Project Pan foundation, so that will stay in. Okay, so we've got this bronzer. This is the only bronzer I used. So that was the only bronzer I used this week. I absolutely loved it, and just look at this. I mean, I've not hit pan or anything, but it's a new bronzer, but you can see that there was a crown there in the middle. And you can see that I've just completely obliterated that crown. I absolutely love it. It really reminds me of the... I'm not going to do it today, but I need to do swatches side by side and just see if I'm right. It really reminds me of the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. So yeah, that's going back in the collection. Amy bought that for me, which I'm very appreciative because it's a bougie product. This one, we don't really need to talk about it, but this one is Project Pan. I'll show you the progress. So it's pretty much the same as the week before. This glowish, I think I'm going to put it back. I've had it out for 2 weeks and we'll just pull something else in. There's a huge, I mean, I've not hit pan as you can see, but here there's a huge dip. You probably won't even be able to see that on camera, but in person you can. I thought this would be getting decluttered, but I really like it, so it's going to stay. Just a shame about the packaging being so flimsy. Yeah, I really like it, so that will stay. Going back in the collection now. This one isn't going back in the collection. I have used it a couple of times, but not enough. So that's what that looks like. I absolutely adore Clinique blushes, but this one, I kept this in for another rotation, didn't I, last week, and it can go back. I'm not going to get to use it, and we can pull it out another time, but look at that, look how pretty it is. I haven't got any lighting on, so whatever you're seeing is the true colours of things. So this one is in the shade Rose Kiss. Then we had this Laura Geller highlighter. This one is in the shade Peach Glow, and I actually really like it as a highlighter. Do I want to keep it in? Maybe keep it in and get a little bit more use out of it. And this, we've got the Patrick Tar. So we've got the Patrick Tar Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade Do We Know Her. Doesn't even say how long you're supposed to keep it for. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Oh well. So that's what it looks like. I really like that. It's got a hair in it. I'm going to keep this one in as well. Right, so let's do this. Okay, so Urban Decay Hydromaniac. Guys, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, sometimes I think I don't like good skin days, but then I have good skin days and think I like it. Like today, my skin's very hydrated and I think that's why it looks better. Let me have a look at my nose area. Yeah, one of the reasons, I mean, all foundations do it on me. On the left side of my nose, it's very dry. I should just exfoliate it. I mean, the foundations tend to stick. So we can't blame this one for that. But I just feel like, I was having this conversation with my friend Lisa, I just feel like drugstore foundations are just as good, if not better than this. But today, I really like it. Part of me wants to keep it in and just, I mean, I might just keep this one in, keep the Project Pan one in and see if I like it. It's got a small window in here. I don't know if you're going to see it. Probably not. It's got a very small window, so I have used a lot of it. More often than not though, guys, I don't like it. So let's keep it in for another rotation. This one can go back. Did use that with the Urban Decay one actually, and it looked fine. So it's the Profusion Feel Good Skin, so that one can go back. And then these are just everyday essentials that I need. So I've been through these before, I don't need to go through them again. Oh, it's 10 minutes already. Right, so when I say like my skin was hydrated, I'd been using this pretty much all week. It's finished now, guys. Naomi kindly sent it to me. It's the Shades by Shan, the hydrating primer. That can go in Empties, so that's there. Concealers. So we've got the Essence Skin Loving Concealer. Really like that one. I just feel like the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer is just too dark for me, but they're both going back. I do want to finish the e.l.f. one up. So Karen got me this e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. Absolutely love it, but it can go back and I'll pick something else. And then everything else I use on the daily, so that can all go back. Right, so now we're just putting things away. So let's put these base products away. Oh, actually no, I've got a couple more things to show you. Right, so powders then. So I've finally finished the 17 Perfecting Finish powder. There's none left, so that's an empty as well. And I think this is practically all done. The Nude by Nature translucent powder. I don't think there's much left, so that can stay out. This colour corrector can go back in the collection. I'm not really a fan of it. I don't know if it's expiring or what. But there's quite a dip there, guys, isn't there? So we'll go to the Glossier one. So we'll choose a different one and put that one back. Then we've got the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. I did only use this a couple of times. Then we've got the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. I did only use this a couple of times, but that can go back for now. And then we've got this e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. Guys, I'm still not loving it. I mean, it looked nice with that foundation that I used today, the Urban Decay one. Like, my skin looks really nice and glowy, but it's just the wrong shade. I'm going to use it up and then I'm going to get my right shade. If I don't like it, and if I don't like my right shade, I'm just never going to buy it again. So I was watching someone and they said that it was better than the Charlotte Tilbury. In what universe is this better than the Charlotte Tilbury? No, it's not. I don't agree with that comment. Anyway, let's put it all back. Okay, let's put it all back and then we can pick out some new products. Right, them two are empties. I think that's it, isn't it? These always need to go away. Okay, what are we doing? Right, I always forget to pick out a colour corrector, so let's just do it. So it's the Glossier. Are you seeing what I'm pulling? So it's the Glossier G12, and it's a concealer really, but I use it as a colour corrector. It's really, really nice. I feel like it's a better formula than the Becca one because it's not as thick. So that's that. So remember, we're only pulling one foundation, so let's go to concealers now. We'll do the Makeup Gallery Hide and Chic Supersized Liquid Concealer. Oh, I feel like I want to do L'Oreal True Nude actually. There's not much left of it. Yeah, let's do this, L'Oreal True Nude. This one's the 1% pure hyaluronic acid, but they've got one out now, a new one, with plumping hyaluronic acid. That might be worth a go, mightn't it? Let's do some glowy products. I think I pretty much used them all, so I can pretty much, it's like a free-for-all, basically. Right, so I want to use this. Because I've just used the e.l.f. one, I want to use this L'Oreal Glow Cherie. I think this one's better than e.l.f. personally, and it's the same consistency, so let's use it. Right, so we need a poreless. Where's that one that I got from that my mum got me? So I'm going to use this Prep and Perfect Pore Smoothener Primer. So this is the dupe for the Benefit one. So I want to use that, but then I'm going to need some kind of glowy one. Maybe bring this in. I really do like this. The Essence Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. Yeah, we'll do that. And I do feel like I'm going to need another loose powder, but I think I'm going to try. Saying that though, I'm only going to be wearing makeup for 2 days. I think the powder that I've got will be enough to get me by for 2 days. And then I've got some powders in my project pan, so we'll leave it for now. I've pulled all my base products. I'm going to put all this away, and then we'll come back and do eyeshadow palettes and then the rest of the makeup that I want to pull for this upcoming week. Okay, so I've got my Colourpop Halloween palettes out. The Halloween looks will probably come early, but I brought both of them out. Maybe the doctors are wrong. Maybe I'll be able to do, I mean, I should be able to do eye looks. They're saying that I'm just going to have really, really strong flu-like symptoms. So still I should be able to do eye looks and maybe a bit of blush. Just not foundation. I mean, that serum though, I should be able to put on like just with fingers. And also that Urban Decay Hydromaniac. I don't need to use brushes and contaminate brushes. We'll see how I go. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If I'm feeling obviously sick as a dog, I'm not going to want to come on and show you eye makeup looks and things like that. But I'm at this point I'm being hopeful, guys. So this is the newest one I got. I got this one from Depop. I've used it before when I first got it, but not on camera. So I want to do something with it. So that's that one. And this one, this Gather Round Sisters, it's got eyeshadows missing from it. Where I put them, I don't know, but I put them in other palettes to create dupe palettes. So we'll just use what's in here. I really like this. This was the first one I got. It's got 1, 2, 3 eyeshadows missing from it, but it still looks lovely. The palette's still a lovely palette, and look at that artwork, guys. Beautiful. So those are the 2 palettes we're going to be playing with. Definitely over the next 2 days. I don't know going forward after that, because obviously Halloween's nearly here. So yeah, I definitely want to do 2 looks. I think I want to, if it comes to it, I'll just do 1 look with this palette and 1 look with the other palette. So I'll do that. Put them in the top drawer there. Right, so now it's a case of going into my collection and seeing what I want to use. Let's go to face palettes first. Okay, so I've wanted to use this for a while now. I keep saying, don't I? I should really pull it in. And I think this has got a bronzer, a blush and a highlight. Let's see. No, it's not got a bronzer, so we'll need to use a bronzer. Yeah, I'm going to pull it because I don't know if I want to keep it or not. We'll pull it. Oh, this. Because this is for Halloween. And we need to pull it. Do I then want to pull that? Yeah, because I don't have to use those highlighters, do I? I can just use the blush in that palette. Sorry, you're not even seeing what I'm doing. It's highlighters. Oh, that's too dark for me. That came in that hamper palette as well. Right, so highlighters. I just feel like I don't need any. Yeah, I just feel like I don't need any. So we don't have a bronzer. Let's go over to bronzers. That's a luminous one. I do love a good luminous bronzer. Let's pull that Flower Heat Wave. This one is in the shade Sunrise L1. So we'll pull that. Let's pull my favourite one out. I know it's not that long since I used it, but I absolutely love Benefit Cookie. It's a holy grail for me, and I'm not going to use it in these next 2 days, but I want this in the stash. I think this stash might be 4 weeks or more, so you know, I've just got to be prepared for that. And I think that's it for that drawer. I don't want to pull too much. Actually, we'll pull this highlighter as well, just in case I need it. I really, really like this one by Revolution. Okay. Oh yeah, and face powders. Is it this one? Beyond Radiance. Not too sure if it's that or Radiance I normally like to use. I think it's this one. I think it's that middle shade. So we'll pull that as well. And that's it. Let's show you the drawer. That's it there. Right, let's see what's in here. What I've not used is this Maybelline Fit Me. This one is in the shade 55 Berry. So let's pull that out. Right, I'm going to pull this one out as well. I don't know how I feel about it. So let's pull that out. I've got an orange blush. These are all kind of orangey blushes. Now this one I've not used that much, Quista. But I've got the Clinique one in, and this one's very red based as well, if you look. It's like more like a strawberry. So I don't feel like I need that at the moment. Nothing from there. And I don't think anything from here either. Yeah, so that's it for that drawer. Right, so I did some swatches yesterday and I really like the way this looks. It looks so metallic and foiled on your lid. So this one is in the shade Guns N' Rose Petal. So that's that. And I thought I could use it with this palette because there's some pinky tones in here. Well, there's just that one, like a mauve toned. I thought I could use it with that. So we'll pull those two. Don't know when I'm going to use it like, but is that it? Yeah, I think for now that's it. Right, okay. I don't think I'm going to do any swatches. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. I normally do swatches. But yeah, let's just concentrate on putting everything away because I've got quite a few videos to get through in the next couple of days. So, Revolution Radiance palette. This is a good radiance bronzer, but I don't need that because I pulled the Flower Beauty one out. And then sometimes I just use that one. They're really similar to the Hourglass formula. Even, I mean, it's very, very cheap, but they're really, really similar. I mean, I do prefer Hourglass. But I just want to use some of my older stuff up. So sometimes I'll go in with that, and then sometimes I'll mix them. So that can go in the top drawer. And we'll be sorting this out a bit later. We'll be making it a little bit nicer later. So quite a lot of bulky items here. Oh, this one is breaking. It's so bad. This Revolution one. It's really, really pretty though. Right, so let's just pull this drawer out. Let's take everything out. Right, what I'm going to do is put the bigger stuff. I'll show you this Disney Dumbo one. It is so freaking stunning. But I just don't know if I like it. I know I don't like the smell. I mean, it doesn't smell as bad now as what it did when I first bought it. I bought this because it brings back childhood memories of me watching Dumbo with my auntie, and also my mum loves elephants, so I bought it for that reason. So I would be sad to declutter it, but I'd probably just keep it for memories anyway. Then we've also got the Catrice Luminous, and the reason I wanted to pull this is just because I don't know if I want to keep it around the collection. Like I said, obviously I'm not going to use all this in 2 days, but we can keep the Shop My Stash going longer. Then we've got the Simpsons Revolution. I'll probably use this over the next couple of days. Especially that bright shade up at the top there, Haunted House. Ghost Story I think is a little bit too gold for me. But yeah, there's that. Put this Revolution one back in that I've just showed you as well. Then we've got the Flower Beauty Heatwave in the lighter shade L1 Sunrise. I'm really glad I got that because we can't get Flower Beauty here anymore. We'll put this Patrick Tar one in. This is probably going to be the most I pulled for a long, long time. We'll put this Maybelline Fit Me blush in Berry, just down there. I'll put this Laura Geller one back in my collection. I don't feel like I need it with all the other highlighters, because we've got this MAC Soft and Gentle that needs to go in, and then also we've got this Clinique one, which I don't have a bright pink one in there, and I've not used it that much, so I really, really do want to see, obviously, if I like it. So, oh yeah, and then we've got Cookie as well to fit. This is how much you can tell I like it. Just watch. Look at the pan there, guys. Absolutely love it. Right, so then I will show you this because I want you to see just how foiled it is. So it's the Australis Metallics, and my friend bought me this years ago from Australia. I probably shouldn't be using it, but it doesn't look like there's mould there. Well, there's not mould there. I will use it. Look at that. I don't know if you're getting to see it. but I mean it is so foiled and metallic. So yeah, I want to use that. I want to use it with this shade here and maybe this shade in the inner corner. So what are we doing? Shall we just put them in here? Right, in this top drawer, basically all I've got is the same things that you saw earlier. The Hydromaniac, everything else is kind of Project Pan. And then we've got, in here we've got the L'Oreal Glossiery, the Glossier Colour Corrector, the Makeup Gallery Supersize Concealer, the Prep and Perfect Pure Smoothner from Primark that my mum bought for me. I can't remember what the name is for the Benefit one. I will put it in the video somewhere so you can see it. I'm sure you know what I mean, but it's a dupe for it. Right, let's tidy this drawer up a little bit. And we've also got this as well to use at some point. Right, so that eyeshadow palette stays in. Put that one there. That one there. That looks good. Okay, so yeah, you're seeing that. And I'll do an overview as well. And then on top, I'll show you that in a second. Right, so the lipsticks I've been using, and most of them are going to stay in. So I've rediscovered this Maybelline and Puma shade in Unapologetic. It's so nice for this time of year. It literally is the same shade as my top. So I really, really like that. It looks beautiful all over the lids. It looks beautiful all over the lips. Really, really love this one as well. This is the Revlon Matte Resistance in Spill the Tea. So these are staying in. This MAC Ruby Woo can stay in as well. Barely used it. I think I'm going to put Petal back. I mean, I had it in last week and I didn't use it at all, so we'll put that back. In fact, it can just go on top of there in case I do want to use it. I'm going to keep this in, although I've not used it a lot lately. I might have dry lips when I come out of surgery and I'll put that in my hospital bag. So that's that. And this one as well. So I'll keep those two in for that purpose. This one is Project Pan. It's the Chloe Morello and Ciarte in the shade Sydney. So that stays in as well. That's my nude, I guess. Right, so I've got a Revolution one here in Rebirth. So pretty. I think I'm going to keep that out another week. So I don't need to pull any lipsticks basically. I've got a nude, a couple of orange tones and a couple of reds. And then I've got this one by Charlotte Tilbury in Stoned Rose. This one can go back. For the longest time I was using that as a blush, and I absolutely love it now as a lipstick. So preferences can change. So you never know, if I use the Urban Decay Hydromaniac a little bit more, I may like it a little bit more. I'm hoping so, because it cost a pretty penny. Right, so there's room for other ones, but we'll just leave it like that. Right, let's do the overview now. Okay, so on top there's not much. There's a powder there that I want to finish. There's this that Amy bought me. It's the Bobbi Brown. Oh, it's not focusing. It's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. Not really focusing that well, but yeah, I want to use, well, not use it up, but I want to use it more. I really like it, but I wouldn't pay that price for it. Let's just be honest about that. You could get the Primark one, and I know the Primark one is more for face, and this one's more targeted as an eyeshadow base, but they could be used for the same thing. Then obviously I've got that lipstick I've just put back, the Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. I've got this Essence Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum, absolutely love that. Got another foundation here. I've got this L'Oreal True Match Nude. I don't know how I feel about this one either. it's not like it's on chopping block. I wouldn't declutter it. But yeah, I'm going to use it up. But I don't know how I feel about it. So in this drawer here, I show this all the time, it's just mainly Project Pan. So this is a Project Pan powder and that's a Project Pan powder. Wanted to show you that because I just don't need to be pulling any powders until they're all done. So if I finish this one, I'll just pull one of them out. Then we've got all the palettes in here. We've got my Project Pan foundation. And then this has stayed in for the past 2 weeks. It's Boots Glowy Dewy Serum. I've not used that, so I'm going to try and use that when I can. I just want to use it up. Then this one is probably the most full drawer. So we've got everything in there. We've gone through it, so I don't need to really talk you through that again. And then this one is the most probably empty. And then we've got that drawer as well. And that is the overview, guys.